Pusher, you are moving with purpose. You are speaking with purpose. Pusher, we are healing out loud with you. Don't stop pushing forward. Don't stop sharing your truth. Continue to trust God and believe in His plans for you. Pusher, we are healing with you. We see you.
Hey, it is your girl Pusher. If you're not pushing forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. No, really say that thing out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. Did you get your copy of It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal and People Pusher? And are you on the wish list for the new drop? Remember me. If not, go over to pusherlife.org, get your copies today. I'm telling you, it will bless your whole life. And remember, we're never going back. We only looking back to remember or when we need a frame of reference, but we're not going back to stay stuck or stagnated. What the kids say, period. We are only looking back. And so without further ado, I just want to give a shout out to the Pusher community. I thank you for coming through yesterday. I thank you for holding me down. I definitely appreciate you. Shout outs to Global Butterfly Effects, Mrs. Kawana Prince for holding it down. I watched the playback and I'm like, this girl trying to take my job. She did excellent. But because the title is You Thought I Couldn't, so I did. I decided to do something different, and I'm here invading your space on a Thursday. How about that? And yet you are here to tap in. Shout outs to you, Aunt Etta. I see you in the chat. Shout out to you, Raven, in the chat on a Thursday with me. I feel special. Special. But you know, duty calls, and every now and then I may have to step away. But I thank God for the Pusher community because you always step in. If you are in the chat, I just want you to send me something. If you was here yesterday and you enjoyed it and you want her back, just tell me something. Give her her props. Celebrate Mrs. Prince for doing a good job. Put the confetti stuff up or just give her a shout out and let her know how much we appreciate her. So, you know, without further ado, you know, I like to maximize every second of every minute in this hour. And because we started on time, I'm definitely going to end on time. And again, I thank you. So without further ado, let's get with it. I see the Pusher community in the chat. Yes. Shout outs to Michelle, who is off today. She normally helps out on Wednesday, but I dare not put her to work today. So I'm doing it all on my own with the help of Miss Cherie. So without further ado, I'm going to ask that you introduce yourself to the Pusher community because they are here and present.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cherie Williams. I'm 39 years old. I was incarcerated in prison for 10 years. Hold on. I can't see the comments. I ain't supposed to. Sorry. All right. I'm back. My name is Cherie Williams again. I'm 39. I just came home from doing 10 years in prison. Really don't want to get into the reason why I was there, but I'm home now. I met Carlita inside of MCIW. She was always my number one fan, somebody I looked up to for a long time. She was a handful, but, you know, she kept me on the right track. I've been home for 5 years now, going on 5 years. It's been quite a journey. What else? I actually asked for this podcast because Carlita has been trying to get me to speak and tell my story for the longest time, and I've been ducking and dodging. So I actually finally reached out to her. I actually saw somebody the other day that made me want to tell my story. It's actually a close friend of mine. I don't know this thing keep going, and I don't know if it's working or what it's doing.
I got you. Just keep talking. I got you.
All right. So I actually saw somebody that made me want to tell my story. Right. It's just a friend of mine that I used to hang with, and we used to run the streets together. You know, like run the streets, like steal, drugs, sell pussy, prostitution, whatever, a whole lot of things. And I saw her, and she wasn't, she wasn't doing so well. So I told her that she was actually going in a program that I had done that I never completed, and that's called Pivot. But I never completed it because I was too busy running the streets doing nothing. You know, I've now realized that prison has made me become the woman that I am, like changed me totally, like took me out of the whole poverty thing, the whole childish mindset of running the streets, doing nothing for real, just being an asshole. And I don't know what my thing going out.
We can
And
hear you.
y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
It's out. And I don't even know what I was saying, but um like I said, prison has changed me into the woman that I am, right? Uh, my mother used to tell me for a long time that God breaks down, right, and rebuild his chosen ones for his own purpose. Right? For a long time, I really didn't fully understand what she was talking about. To be honest, I never really gave a fuck what she was saying because I was too busy doing running the streets. Not until I felt hopeless and, helpless. Like everything I was working hard for came crashing down. People that I thought was my friends end up to be my enemies. I was placed in situations where running was no longer an option for me. Right? And my mother used to always try to get me into
Wait a
church.
minute. Wait a minute. Let me
Yeah, because I can't.
now to say take your time. So what I want you to
That's
do
my
is
mom.
oh, that's your mom. Oh, listen to mama. She said take your time. So what I want you to do is breathe. I want you to take a deep breath.
Yeah. I can't see nothing on here. Y'all can't hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and see you.
Oh, all right, good.
We can hear you and see
I
see
am
your
breathing.
beautiful
What you
face.
mean breathe? Talk
Cause you
fast
talking
up.
real fast. You talking real
I
fast.
so where I left off at. Tell me where I left off at.
That what she used to tell you about God and you really didn't understand.
Yeah, you listening. See what I'm saying? All right, so I really didn't understand what she was saying, right? Not until I felt hopeless and helpless, right?
Right.
Everything I was working hard for came crashing down. Everybody I thought was my friends end up to be my enemies. If I'm talking fast,
Come on, we got you.
everybody I thought was my friends up to be my enemies, right? I was placed in situations where running was no longer an option for me, right? So I did the one thing that I thought I never would know nothing about, right? And that was getting on my knees and pray. But it seemed like the more I was praying, the worse of my situations was becoming, right? The the worse of my situations was becoming. The men, the drugs, the money, the party and the prostitution, the poverty, everything. But no matter how things was being presented to me, I knew that I had options. I couldn't give up. I had a child, I had a family, I had things, people that depended on me. I tried so many things when I came home. I tried to get myself into different programs. I tried scheming myself into different programs when I realized that I'm worth more than what I kept taking myself through. Like I tried Pivot. I tried, um, what's that shit? God's gift. I don't know. I forgot the name of it. But long story short, I never finished none of them because, like I said, I was too busy running around. I was too busy running around.
Oh, she done knocked herself out. And so I'm while she's getting that gathered, let me first back up a little bit and give you some content on why this is important. For me anyway. Oftentimes people are told that they're not good enough. People are told that this opportunity isn't for you. The reality for most formerly incarcerated men and women that most people don't understand that hasn't been in that situation, that journey, hasn't had that experience, is you continue to experience rejection even when you are free. There are people who will still write you off because you've come from prison. And so
This
with
phone
that
call.
said, with that said, I just want you all to be patient. And not only that, I want you to really listen to understand. Not even really listen to respond, but really listen to gain clarity and understanding, because I know that everybody that I see so far that has put something in the chat has experienced a loved one and has been impacted by a loved one being incarcerated. And I am one of them because I see some of my family on here, and I know that my incarceration has caused a big adjustment in you all life. And although I can't undo anything that has happened, what I'm choosing to do today is something different. And even though I cannot live my life for you all, I pray that the way that I'm choosing to live my life is a blessing, and that I am in the position to cause more joy than pain in your life. And I do this so that people can understand, one, that God was present even in MCIW. Two, that people, real people, human beings are redeemable regardless of what you think, feel, and believe about them. If God saved you and restored you, what makes you think those of us that has been incarcerated can't be restored or redeemed? All right, I'm off my little rant. The floor is yours.
Mine?
Yeah.
It cut off. Somebody called and I tried to press N.
Okay, we got you.
All right, so I don't know what I was saying.
So let me ask you a question. What is it in your life today, right now? And this is the kind of, I already asked you this question, so I just want you to repeat your answer. Why now? Why want to share your story now? What's so special about the right now in your life?
And right now I'm where I belong, established mentally, physically, you know,
Right.
I belong in life right now. Like, sober. Um, I'm just where I'm at. I'm where I was trying to get for years.
Where you desire to be. So what is the one thing that people said that you couldn't, but you end up doing?
A lot.
What is,
Begin.
name one. Name one or two.
I wouldn't make it home. Two, I wouldn't stop stealing. I wouldn't be nothing. I wouldn't leave the streets. What else? People said I wouldn't do. People said I couldn't do a lot. A lot of things. I can't think of it right now.
So
A lot of things.
as you reflect on those few things, how does that make you feel to know that you finally reached a peak in your life where you can say, yes, I did that?
You want to know the truth? How it make me feel? Make me feel like But to be honest, it just make me feel like I knew I was capable of doing what I'm doing. Like I knew I had it in me. I always knew what I was capable of way before I even caught my time. I just couldn't get there. I don't know. It was like something just was. I was just getting stagnated, and I get sidetracked real quick. So I just kept getting sidetracked and falling into the traps and all this. But once I started focusing up, sobering up, I did it. And I ain't really, falling like I'm not rich or nothing like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just where I'm at mentally. I'm just mentally fine. Like my
You're
mental.
healthier. You're healthier.
Yeah, right. That.
You're healthier. And guess what? I'm so proud of you. I am. Like, I'm looking at you. I am so proud of you. And the one missing ingredient that people often forget about is I know that the individual knows that they are capable of
Absolutely.
doing whatever it is that they set their mind to. But the missing ingredient is that we miss, and that keeps us, the ones that want to help and the ones that want to interject, is it ain't gonna happen until I'm ready.
Yeah. It ain't gonna happen. Like you, I don't like when people, like a lot of people. I don't like when people try to make people do something. They like a lot of, if I might add, a lot of programs, I would say, that push people too hard. Like if a person not ready, they're just not ready. Then everybody start, not y'all, but people start looking down on them and judging them and everything. Like that's another reason why I couldn't get with them programs and everything. Like I just didn't like how they operated. I just really didn't. Like everybody was saying that they came from where you came from, but was acting like they was better than you and looking down on you for certain shit that you wasn't doing, and they was like, I just couldn't get with that. That's when I realized I had to venture off and do it myself.
Right. So everything isn't for everybody. And I'm glad that you had the wisdom to understand that one, for some things that you probably indulge in, it wasn't your time.
Right.
Or you might have went to another thing and you realized that didn't work for you. And guess what? That's your choice and that's your truth. Oftentimes we find ourselves indulging in things and we know that it ain't working, but we stay anyway. And so I commend you for being able to make the decision to say this ain't working for me, or I ain't simply ready yet. I hear what you're saying, but right now I ain't ready yet.
Right.
So I'm gonna go on about my business. I ain't gonna waste your time or my time. I'm gonna go on about my business. See, I can respect that. I can respect that versus somebody's just in and out and straddling and all of that. See, I can respect the truth. And many of us, that's something that we can't. We struggle with accepting the truth.
That's true.
Miss Ashley Lewis said, "Girl, you got me in tears. Super proud of you."
Huh?
Ashley Lewis said, "Girl, you got me in tears. Super proud of you."
God, I can't see nothing. Thank you.
I'm reading it to you. No worries. She also
So
says,
right, I got a question too. So if a person, okay, because you work there, right? So if a
"I work
person,
here."
your job where you work at,
Okay.
right? So if a person is saying that they want change, and what they come there for, they come there for change, they come there for help and everything, like what they're capable of, what they say that they want to help you with, and don't help you with, don't end up helping you with, it be the whole total opposite. Like, because I feel like that nobody in there helping but you. It's two of y'all. It's actually three of y'all that really.
So let me stop you. So let me stop you. So it's just like what I said a second ago. When you enter something, everything isn't for everybody. And so I personally, because I went through the process myself,
Exactly.
and going through the process myself, it helped develop me. Everything isn't, I'm not everybody's flavor. Everybody doesn't come to me. Everybody isn't feeling me. I get negative press all the time now that I'm doing the things that I'm doing and I'm kind of living a public lifestyle. I get negative press. I get people, the naysayers. I get the people that say, "Oh, she too pushy and she too mean." And I'm saying I don't get offended when people say that, because if I am to you, then I'm not your flavor. Go somewhere else. I respect someone to say that this doesn't work for me, because what don't work for you may work for somebody else. It may just work for somebody else. And we have to get to a point where we can open our minds to really accept that what's for me is for me. And what's for you is for you. I'm not in a business to pick anything apart. And where I work at isn't classified as a program. It is an experience. And whatever you want out of that experience, you would obtain it. Do everybody get it? No. Do everybody accept it? No. And guess what? At the end of the day, all is well. All is well, because it works for the majority. And we can only
But I take
concentrate.
advice from somebody that
But
ain't
this is not what this is about. We could talk about that offline because this is not what this is about. I'm not at work and I am not working. And so, as far as that is concerned, now who I am, what I am representing right now is the pusher. And I am a pusher and I do push. And sometimes it can be aggressive, sometimes it can be filled with passion. And I don't tell people what to do. I speak from my own experience, and you can take that as it may and what you want out of it. And that's what this journey is about. That's what life is about. And now I'm speaking just as a individual, somebody who comes from making poor choices, not just before incarceration, but while incarceration, still making poor choices, still thinking that I gotta swindle my way to get what I want and all of that while in prison. And now in here and being a carbon copy of other people. I did that too. When I was in church, yes, I showed up sincerely. I did everything that I did sincerely. But to a certain extent, it was in ignorance because I still struggle with my identity of wanting to be like other people, wanting to do it the way other people wanted me to do it. Now that I'm home, ask me how many relationships have I maintained because I choose to do it my way. It's not a lot because I'm choosing to straighten my spine, because I'm choosing to be assertive, because I'm choosing to heal out loud and speak up for myself and do things the way that I deem works for me as an individual, as a woman. Everybody don't rock with that. And if I concentrated on everybody that didn't rock with that, don't rock with me because I'm choosing me, I would be stressed out. I would be depressed because I've done it. But today, I only got 24 hours out of the day. Do I want to heal or do I want to be right? I ask myself that every time I encounter a person that I may not necessarily agree with. I deal with myself in a moment. I say, do you want to heal or do you want to be right? And that's when I practice my right to remain silent, because everything ain't for me to speak on. Everything ain't for me. And I know that. And so in those times, I practice my right to remain silent. Some things I'm not going to speak on because it ain't nobody business. Some things I'm not going to bring up the forefront because it ain't that important to me. Why? I got 24 hours out of a day. I'm not going to invest my time on things that is not producing where I'm trying to go. If you can't help me, if you can't propel me, I am not going to concentrate on the things that is not conducive to my growth and development and is not going to push me forward and where I'm trying to go. And what I want you to understand, that my mission, my personal mission, why I chose to do this in the form that I chose to do it, is for women and men who are tired of doing things the same way and still getting the same results. I'm saying your healing is dependent upon your voice. Your healing is dependent upon who you're going to inspire. Do you think all the pain that you suffered, do you think the journey of being incarcerated before your life of incarceration, during your incarceration, and now you home to this point was just in vain? No, it is to help somebody when you choose to open your mouth to say, look, I did it this way. You're not telling nobody. You're not doing it with the intent to tell nobody what to do. You saying, listen, I did it this way.
Yeah.
And this was the result. Take it. You can take it or leave it.
With intentions to learn from it, not do it the way I did it. Well, hopefully you'll learn from it.
Yes. And that's where I'm trying to keep your mindset. Because if there is somebody out there that you feel like can benefit from what you have to say, you have to keep the main thing. Because guess what? Maybe you are the person that can get through. You can get through so many people that I can't reach. You will be able to inspire people that I can't inspire just by what you have to say. Just by revealing your journey, your personal journey. This is what I've been through, but this is how I came out of it. And I know I didn't come out of it on my own. There's a power greater than us that operates in us. Is this what you choose to believe, where your faith lies? But we got to keep the main thing. That's how we heal. We can't hold people hostage and what we deem is wrong or what we deem is unpleasant or what we deem is unnecessary. We can't hold people hostage to that because the more we do it, we don't really realize it, but subconsciously we are remaining stagnated or we can mislead someone in their growth and development. The main thing is the mission. And this particular mission is healing out loud with the intent to help somebody that is struggling. I see people every day. I talk about Michelle Blythe every chance I get. Why? Because this girl got a life sentence and yet she still don't complain. This girl's still in there encouraging people. This girl that already went through the program and encouraged other people, hold other people accountable. She still, you got caught? Let's pray. She not keeping herself hostage and isolating.
That's one thing I admired about you. Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah. You was like that too. You was like
yeah,
that.
I'm still like that. I'm still like this in my DNA.
Yeah, who don't know that?
I'm learning that. I've learned that because I'm still meeting people in my family. I'm still meeting people. I just got reunited with some people from my past for the first time, and it was pleasant. I didn't even know that you and I, after all these years, had a connection. Yeah, I did not know that. After all these years, and I'm kind of glad that I did not know, because the way that I was in my mind as it relates to family, real family, I was out my loyalty. My loyalty was dysfunctional, and I'm glad that I didn't know, because girl, you would have had me in trouble all the time. Tell the people stop calling you. I don't know what's going on. Tell the people stop calling you.
That's what I understand. The member of the meetings we was going to when we was locked up. The meetings tears every day. That's what drew me to you. Remember the meetings that we used to come? Y'all used to come on tears every day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what drew me to you one day. You came in there and went off on them. I'm not always seeing you in church and all, but one day you came in there and went off on. I think something happened that day because you came in there and baby, you let them have it.
Was it in 192?
It was definitely in 192. It was on B Wing. And something happened. Something happened. I believe something happened. You came in there and you had everybody attention though. You know what I mean? You had everybody attention. Like the whole tier was tuned in.
I don't really talk, believe it or not, I don't go in depth or details about my
jail experience.
The things that a lot of the things that I used to do, positive things that I used to do in prison, I really don't go too much in detail about it. I don't know. I know why. I don't know why now, but
started from, right?
Yeah, that's where it started. But I oftentimes tell people that the things that I'm doing now, that's what I was doing in prison. And I think that's why I really don't talk about it, because I'm still doing the same stuff. It's natural to me. So what most people think is just brand new, or I'm just starting it because I'm home. I know that I didn't just start yesterday.
Everybody knows this. We all know that. Everybody knows that.
And yeah, and so you know what? Thank you for that. And I think that what I will do is start sharing some of the positive experiences, the positive encounters that I've had. Not going in full detail, but giving enough substance for people to understand the kind of work that was happening even at MCIW. Because I think it's important. One, because people just think that, I don't know why people had to have this misconception. What do you think one of the biggest misconceptions that people have of you?
That I'm aggressive and I like to fight. Because I believe you probably thought that too at one point. But I'm really not. Like, people get the impression that I'm aggressive. I like to fight. I think I'm all that. I get a lot. I get a lot of backlash, a lot of bullshit. I've been picked on a lot. I've been told I look like a man. It used to bother me in middle school, but once I grew older, no. But I got bullied. I had braces. A lot. I've been picked on a whole lot. I definitely had to. I felt like I had to fight because people would try you like, oh, she thinks she cute, she can't fight. No, sometimes you got to step in the ring with them and let them know, like, hey, that ain't it. That ain't where you go. But no, like prison taught me. I told you, prison taught me a lot. Like I didn't know a lot about myself. When I got locked up, I didn't even know I had a favorite color. I didn't even know I liked makeup. I knew I always liked to look pretty. I always knew how to dress. That's my whole life. But I always liked fashion. But I didn't know I was pretty. If that makes sense, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
it makes a lot of sense.
I didn't know nothing about myself when I got locked up. I learned a lot about myself being locked up and isolated. Like I always was on lock, so I always had time to think about and reevaluate myself and inventory, take a lot of inventory to myself. I've learned a lot about myself in prison. Prison has actually taught me a lot of knowledge positively. Like I knew I didn't want to come home and be the same person I was when I went in there. I knew that for a fact, but I was slipping a little bit. I kept slipping a little bit, but got it now. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. So let me correct you on one thing. I never really had an opinion. When we first, I remember when we was in classroom 1, you probably don't remember, but I remember you had just got finished arguing with somebody and you were escorted to classroom 1 and they had you in there by yourself at first, I guess to cool you down or something. But I ended up coming in there. I didn't know what was going on. I ended up coming in there. And then when I came in there, a couple other people came in there. And I guess the officer just was like, well, she calmed down. She ain't yelling or doing nothing. And then I don't know what made me say something. This was our first conversation. This was so many moons ago. This was our first conversation. And I asked you, how do you feel? And then you just went on this rant about whatever happened. And I let you, and then I asked you again, how do you feel? Then you went on a rant again, and then I was like, all right, she don't get it. She don't get it. But from that moment, I realized that because what I do is I listen for what people don't say. And I believe God just wired me like this. I listen to people's hearts. I don't care what's coming out your mouth. I don't care what kind of energy you giving. I knew that you wanted more for yourself than that moment. I knew that your heart was fragile, but I also knew that was a facade, that was a defense mechanism for what you just said. Don't play with me. Sometimes you got to pop out and show them. Yeah. And I get it. And because I get it and I understand it, that's what put me in a position that's why I told you before we started that for whatever reason, you always gave me the utmost respect. And I understand, even though I didn't really get into too much on that side, but you just never you gave some people some problems.
You was always positive. You was always, you ain't never really, like I said, you was always doing this. And this is where I always knew that my mind frame was. You get what I'm saying? Like I always knew that I was that person that you kept speaking. I always knew I was that person. I just couldn't grasp it. To be honest, I was never sober in prison. So that was another reason. So, but you was always, you was always positive. You was godly. You was always speaking things that I was trying to get to.
Yeah, and I appreciate your right now. I appreciate your journey, period. But just to see how you are blossoming and even just expressing, the desire to want to help people. That's a lot to put yourself in a position to be unselfish, to be vulnerable, to share. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. And I don't want you to take that lightly. But on this side, in the pusher community, we are about that work and we do get that work in. We don't just show up. We don't just talk just to be talking. We really are a community of people who are healing out loud. And I really want you to be a part of the journey. I want you to begin to cultivate yourself so that you can set yourself up even higher than where you are. If speaking, and I told you through the text, I'll help you. I'll help you develop your channel. I'll help you get those things done, because that's what this particular community is about. That's what it's about. It is about helping. We don't gatekeep information. However, there is a standard, and the standard is simply you are working on you as best as you can every day. That's the standard. That's the standard. That when you show up, you showing up for you first. You got to show up for you first, because if you don't check in with yourself, if you don't make sure, I ain't saying you per se, but then again, this is for all of us, that if we don't check in with ourselves before we show up for anybody, we got to make sure that we're good. We got to make sure that when we are pouring out, we're pouring out of the overflow. If your cup is halfway empty, guess what? What's in that cup is for you. You don't have enough. Why? Because you're supposed to give out of the overflow. And so that's what I mean by being willing. The standard is healing out loud for yourself first. And if we can do that and make that the mission, the sky is the limit. Because guess what? You learn how to love without judgment. You begin to understand people for just being who they are, and accepting people for who they are, because we want people to accept us for who we are. But that don't mean we got to sit at the table together and break bread. It just means I respect who you are and what you bring. Absolutely. But that does not mean we got to be bosom buddies. There has to be boundaries. You have to know, and that's how you build your community. This took time to build. I know mostly everybody that is on that has subscribed to my channel. And if I don't know the person, the people that I know them. That's building community. Why? Because they don't gatekeep the information. Because what we go back and watch some of these episodes, I'm pushing.
Oh, I know. You have to tell me.
Doing this work. And we are only focused on us, the individual, on how we can be better. How we can become impeccable with our words. That's it. That's all. And I'm saying this is a platform that is open respectfully to anybody that has something to say with the intent to help somebody heal. We don't want to oppress anybody with our isms, with our views, what we think, feel, and believe. All we doing is sharing what it is that we think, feel, and believe as it relates to us as individuals. And that's what makes it a healthy community. And I'm telling you, you doing it. You moving to the rhythm of your own drums. And you got to be like that in order to get where you're trying to go. Because if you do it like somebody else, or if you do it like other people, then where you think you're going to end up?
Nowhere. I know.
So you got to rely on that in here. And that's why, and because we got to rely on that, that's why we got to work on it every day. Every day. I check in with myself every single day. I have to.
What do you mean you say check in with yourself? What do you mean?
So, yes, I am in a place in my life where I am healing from some things. You know, I have forgiven people that have hurt me in the past. I have reconciled relationships that I deemed was important for me. I still get pissed off. People still hurt my feelings. And where I'm at today, because at one time I wouldn't let you know that you hurt my feelings, because I did not want you to know that you hurt my feelings, because I didn't want you to use it against me.
Right.
Today, if you hurt my feelings, I'm going to tell you you hurt my feelings. But before I tell you, I'm going to sit with myself and ask myself why. I'm going to ask myself the why. Why is my feelings hurt? And most of the time, guess what? When I ask myself why, it ain't that important. And guess what? I don't even indulge in a conversation because once I dealt with me, I realized that it wasn't that serious. It wasn't that serious. It's because of what I believe or what I think of the situation that makes the emotions intense. But once I sit back and really allow myself to feel what I'm feeling and then put that thing in perspective, I recognize and realize that I'm not you're not the problem, it's me. So I
Mm.
check in, and that's how I check in with myself. Even like yesterday, going to court, I had to check in with myself. I got overwhelmed. And you know what I did? I went in the bathroom and cried. I needed to do that for me. I needed to step away from that courtroom versus sit there and fight through that. I did that. And when I got it out, guess what? I came back in there. Was I still emotional? Yeah. But I wasn't so consumed in what I was feeling. I was still present for the person I was there for.
Mm-hmm.
Because I checked in with myself and I gave myself what I needed. I ain't call nobody. Afterwards I did because I had to get the stuff. I had to talk it out. But in that moment, I gave myself what I needed. I went in that bathroom and I cried for myself and then show back up present.
Okay. That's a good metaphor, but
But what?
sometimes you can be, it ain't really no but, because sometimes you can be your own worst enemy. I've been my own worst enemy for a long time.
Like how?
Like I was in my own way. Like stuff that I knew I could do, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even push myself. Times where I didn't even care, it felt like it. Like I knew, like times where I felt like I knew I can go out and get a job. But, I don't feel like it. Fuck it. I'm gonna go this way instead of going that way. I'm gonna go left instead of going right. That
Why
make
do you Yeah, it makes sense, but why do you think that you
I had that mentality for a while. Like I was drugging and thugging. Like I didn't feel like I wanted to do the right thing for a long time. Like I was in my own way. I was just stagnated. I got comfortable. I got too
right. And guess what? I commend you for being honest, for telling the truth.
got too comfortable.
And
And
because you say it again,
I got too comfortable and I wasn't comfortable.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I got too comfortable, but I wasn't comfortable. That right there will talk. I'm gonna have to write that down. I'm using that.
Yeah, I got too comfortable, but I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't happy.
I'm using that. I got too comfortable, but I wasn't comfortable. I am using that. Shout outs, hashtag. I will shout you out, but I am using that, honey.
Yeah,
I don't know when and I don't know how, but I am using that. I am. But yeah, I definitely I want to talk about the things that you have going on right now. We talked about prison life, talked about all of that, but why we're really here is I want people to be informed about the things that you have going on in your life, because remember, even you counted yourself out at one time.
Yeah.
And so now look at you now. And so I want you to share with us some of the things that you have going on.
Like I said, I ain't, rich enough, and I'm just mentally happily. Like I'm happy in love. I'm happily working. I'm happily with my own space, my own everything now. And I've got it myself.
But you do make up.
Intelligent working, like
So,
the right way. I did everything the right way. I didn't cheat. I didn't cheat this time.
That's what's up.
Did everything the right way. Working, schooling, love, happy. I'm just happy with myself mentally. Like I'm sober.
You look good though.
Yeah.
You really do. So do you still do you do makeup?
Oh yeah, makeup. I forgot. Yeah. I don't know how I
And
forgot.
hair?
Getting sidetracked with makeup, y'all. Like I like doing makeup, but y'all be getting on my nerves. Like y'all
What you mean?
y'all be irky. I like the eyebrows like this. This too much. I don't but I love doing makeup because it's like therapeutic for me. I like making y'all look pretty. I like when y'all not complaining too much, but it's just something that's therapeutic for me. And I wanted to look back into that. I wanted to get back into that. So she put my IG down here somewhere. I can't see it, y'all, but
It's
y'all.
scrolling.
So where y'all see my IG at, just follow me. And I don't do hair, but I do hair because my schedule really messed up right now. So once I get my work schedule together, then I'll start, posting pictures of everything and, get back on the right track. But right now I'm just trying to get in my bag a little bit more.
Right. Okay. No, we definitely is no pressure whenever you find that balance and you are able to do the thing that you enjoy to do. We are here to promote it.
But I do need something to do for makeup. Like it'll be free for my models. I only need probably like two people, 2 to 3 people, but I want different complexions. Like I would take a Caucasian girl, light skinned girl, and a chocolate girl. And one probably my complexion.
Okay, so just so that you can build your clientele, take photos. Okay, that's easy. One for something else. We will definitely do our best to make that happen, and I will be one of the
Yeah.
first ones. My birthday coming. Can she use me?
Who's that? Who's that?
You wearing your happiness. Coco said you're wearing your happiness. And she wants her birthday is coming up, so she want to know how
All right,
quick.
she can see all y'all, so just inbox me, all right? Because I can't see none of y'all, but I'm sure all y'all follow me. She live, ain't you?
Yeah.
All right, so just DM me, y'all.
All right, so you have 2 people so far to help build your clientele, and I will do my best to work on getting 3 other people. People like free, so
I was about to say the first time is free. Don't push it. Push it.
see, that's why I'm learning to do my own makeup. I have to be self-sufficient because
Every woman should know how to do something like eyelash, eyebrows, something. Like everybody should know how to, because you know how you like your face. Like you would know how you.
I didn't know that I would like makeup as much as I do.
I didn't either. That's what I said. I didn't know I would like it. It's really therapeutic for me. Like if I'm mad at my girlfriend, I go do makeup and be calm, like all over again. Like it's really therapeutic for me. Really is.
I believe it. Well, it's just fun for me.
It's the colors. I don't really like colors, but a lot of people.
I'm neutral. I'm
But
basic.
yeah,
I'm really, really, really basic. Right now, I'm sweaty because I've been working all day. But I am really basic. And I actually had a session with a makeup artist who actually taught me how to apply makeup. And what I noticed is that everybody does it differently.
absolutely.
And so it is a right and a wrong way, but then it is not a right.
You
It's
like
really not right. You like what you like. And then you keep doing it until you get that look that you like consistently.
once you keep doing it, you'll be like, oh, this is real easy. This really ain't too much to it.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm really trying to master now is my eyebrows because I just learned how to do my eyebrows. We talk about makeup, people.
The eyebrows is the worst. That's what really made me stop doing people makeup. The eyebrows, like y'all was driving me crazy with that. Some people don't like the square. Some people don't want you to do their eyebrows because they only want the ends done because they let them fill in. You got some people that like the square, circle. Then some just don't want it, just black. Then some want neutral. Then some want brown. Then you got some that want colors. Like the eyebrows is driving me crazy with y'all. They come with red eyebrows. Then some of them don't like the pencil. They like the dye, the eyebrow dye. Like the little. A lot of people like the dye. Me personally, I like the dye myself. So.
Okay, I'm not that advanced. I'm gonna stick with what I use. I'm not that advanced. I am not that advanced, so I'm going to
like
stick. I am going to stick with what I know. So I want you to I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, and I want you to dedicate this 5 minutes. And I'm going to come off the screen, but we can still hear you and see you. And I want you to give an encouraging word to. I want to do the shade in the girl. Now y'all want to talk about makeup. In the chat, Coco. I'm gonna give her I'm gonna make sure she follow you on IG so that she can inbox you whatever she wants. And so that y'all can organize that. But anyway, because time is of the essence, I want you to think about the young lady who inspired you to move in the direction of sharing your story and kind of getting involved in speaking. I want you to, you know, as if she was here listening to you right now, because you can't speak back, because you can't see the people, you can't hear the people. So she's forced to listen. I want you to share whatever is in your heart right now, okay?
All right. She would put me on the spot, wouldn't she? I don't really know what to like. I don't know how to do this, y'all. But you really is the one that inspired me to do this because we was really friends, close friends, and I'm really concerned about you, and I really care about you, and you're actually doing the same things that we used to do. That took us places that we never wanted to be, and um, I don't know what to say. I don't know. Um, Again, you inspired me to do this. This is the reason why I did this because I saw you the other day and you were looking like we used to look. And outside looking in, now that I'm outside looking in, that I'm better and you like this, I really want to help you. I really want you to come. I really want you to be able to follow my footsteps, not follow my footsteps, but learn from everything that I've been through. Girl, I don't know what to say.
You saying it, and it's no, is so. This is what, because you want to do this, and I'm
Yeah,
going to push you to do it. And
but I don't. I just that's all I wanted is her to do the right thing. Like,
yeah, so how about this? I'm going to speak to you.
you
I'm
heard.
going, no, I'm going to speak directly to you. Well, what I was in my heart
Oh, all right.
to say to you, because what I hear is you still denying yourself,
Well, I don't. What you mean?
because you're like, I don't know what I'm doing while you're doing it. I don't know how to, while you're doing it, while you're speaking. So we got,
Not coming out how they supposed to come out. So I don't
because
know.
you're overthinking, and simply all you have to do is just let the words flow, come from your heart. Don't overthink, because guess what? If you are sending somebody a lifeline, because that's what you're doing, you're saying, I see you and I know that you want better for yourself. I see you. I've been there. I know the struggle. I know
See,
you
I want to be able to talk like that. I don't know how to do that.
you were doing it.
No, you got emphasis and all that. I can't. I'm
No.
not.
Look at you, look at all your mannerisms, all that. We accept all of that. You're doing it. You can only do it how you do it.
I said it though. I just want you to do the right thing. I really want. That's it. I just want her to do the right thing. I want her to see what she used to be because she was a beast. Like she really got it. It's in her. It's really in her. It's really in you. It's really in her. We really is bad for real. So I don't know how she got sidetracked. Well, I know how you got sidetracked, but you got to get back right on track. We need to get back on track.
And you know what
And I know she wants to.
yeah, and you know what I'm learning? What I've learned to do
What?
was love people right where they are. Because
Oh
when
yeah.
I'm able to love people right where they are, God will always, whenever I encounter anybody, even people that have hurt my feelings and that I particularly don't care for, God will somehow, some way, bring them in the same room with me, and I will be compelled, not all the time, but I will be compelled to say something, only because I don't want people to take on a narrative that, like, I'm upset or that I'm holding on to it, because honestly I'm not. I just switch lanes. And you can't be in this lane. But nonetheless, all is well. And I'm able to have those kind of difficult conversations now because I have them with myself. Only because I have them with myself.
All right.
And
So talk to yourself first. Then got it.
yes, you have to have the difficult conversation with yourself first. Because
Okay.
once you can sit with yourself and have a difficult conversation with yourself, because ain't nobody else there. It's just you. You know how oftentimes we say, I feel lonely, I'm alone. And when people tell me that, I say, look around you. Just look around you. Is there people around you? No. Then hello, you are alone. We got to make it make sense. You feel alone, you are alone. But if you can tap into your own presence, you won't feel pangs of loneliness. If you can tap into in here, you know, I am my best company. I love being by myself, and I don't live by myself. I have a companion. I have a whole companion, but I love me enough that every chance I get, I spend time with myself. I'm still learning what I like and what I don't like. The foods I'm still eating, trying to figure it out. But I like seafood, shrimp Alfredo. If you want to ever take me to dinner or lunch, shrimp Alfredo and shrimp and grits is my favorite.
Yeah,
that is my favorite. But I'm still figuring it out. And then there's some things that I can't eat no more. There's some activities that I may never experience again due to my situation. So I'm still trying to find a new normal, so to speak. And so it's important to always start with yourself first before you open your mouth about another person or to another person, because I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, you will discover more about you in the situation than anybody else. And that's how you win. That's how you overcome. That exposes the level of growth when you're able to do that, and your conversations begin to change with people, because you treat it the way that you handle yourself is the expectation of how other people should handle you. That's the bar should be set to a standard because of how you handle yourself, how you perceive yourself, how you take care of yourself. That's the standard. And because of that, that's how we're able to teach people how to handle us that chooses to be participants in our life. And I'm saying simply, I'm not doing anything fantastic. The only thing that I believe that I do that's the most gracious and the most powerful thing that I ever could do, that is surrender and make my vocal cords an instrument for God to speak through. Because if I had it my way, I would be laying down somewhere. I feel like I've been in prison for so long. I don't want, why should I have to do this? I want to be free. But guess what? I love it. And I would not change anything about my life today because I'm choosing it. And it feels great. I sleep, even though it can be intense. When it's all said and done, I sleep good at night. I believe God says to me, well done, my good and faithful servant, because I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. That's it. And I just speak from my heart. Why? Because I know the peace that I have that surpasses all understanding. I want everybody to experience it. But the truth is, like you said earlier, everybody ain't ready. But guess what? You can stay right there. And when you're ready, knock on my door.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this work in with you. But I ain't got time to be stagnated and stuck with you and acting like I don't have a clue to where I'm supposed to be going. I'm pushing forward. You got to show up.
That's what exactly what I was trying to say, what you just said. But see how you worded it nice? Like, I can't stand there with you. I would have been like, bitch, I ain't got time to sit and wait for you, but I'm going to be right here when you're ready. All them words and stuff you just said, I can't. That's how I wanted to say it.
But guess what? Your tribe is your tribe.
Yeah.
And there's some people that's receptive to that. I don't speak like that. So it's not going to come out like that.
Conversation. Don't y'all think that I can't sit in the room at the black table?
Don't nobody think, look, we don't.
I'm just saying, how she put, you know, how she, like, I can't stand here with you and stagnate at the door. I can't talk, you know, be worded like that. Just like, look, bitch, you get it when you get it together. I'll be right here.
Same thing. It's the same thing.
Right. Right.
It's the same thing, just
That's,
said in a different way.
that's
It's
all.
the same thing. And guess what? Your tribe is going to understand and respond to that. It's the same exact thing, just said in a different way.
That's it.
That's it, and that's all. And that's what I was saying at the beginning. If we can get to a point in the community to just recognize that we are really more alike than we are different.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to accept the things that makes us different, because the thing that makes us different is what makes us unique. It's what makes us stand out. It's what makes what we do and what we bring relevant. It is. So that is that. It has been a pleasure. It really has. Time has your tribe will get it. I talk to my tribe the same. She sure do. Lord have mercy. Sometimes I gotta remind her that I don't talk. You
I
can't
used
talk.
to see them people. I can't see nobody, but I'll see
That's
y'all.
because you're not in your comments.
Oh,
You got to be in your comments in order to see it. But we about to bounce. They leaving now.
you got everything hooked up. You know how it works.
I do. But I thank everybody in the Pusher community for tapping in on this Thursday. If you want to hear more from Cherie, if you want Cherie to get this push, get this word, go to info@pusherlife.org. If you want your makeup done, if you want to help her build her portfolio up all over again, you can go to IG Nevaeh Mommy. NEVEAH
NEBAEH.
MONMY EAH.
NEBAEH. You spell my
Mommy,
daughter's name?
my bad. I ain't looking at it. Tell them my bad. I ain't looking.
NEBAEH, y'all.
Okay. And if you lose it, just DM me and I will make sure that you get the link to her IG page so that we can help her build her portfolio. Now, you know when she gonna give it to you raw. So if you can't handle it, don't go. You know she gonna fuss at you if you start asking for different stuff. So if that's not your flavor, do not go. But if you can handle it, then go. That's your girl. If you can handle the heat, that is your girl. Because remember, it's always your choice. Nothing is forced upon you. It is your right to make a choice to who you want to be of service to you. But I appreciate everybody for tapping in. We started on time, so we're gonna end on time. You will definitely see Cherie again, because I am going to work with her behind the scenes. She just don't know it yet, but I am going to grab a hold of her because she has exposed herself. And so I'm going to grab a hold of her and we're going to do some things together to show her how easy it is. One thing before I go, I want to share with Cherie that I've shared often. I spent so many years trying to prove myself. And just recently, a couple of weeks ago, I realized that all I had to do was simply be myself. That's it. And that's the difference. That's the difference between me then to who I am now. And that's why I oftentimes say greater the pain, greater the passion. I am the people pusher, because I know for some people, especially those of us who are stubborn, especially those of us who think we know everything and we got it, we're going to figure it out. We need that extra push. We need someone who's not going to tolerate and sanction our foolishness. And so for that, you can book me. You can go to info@pusherlife.org. I do one-on-one sessions. You can go to info@pusherlife.org. Do not forget to go to my website and get your copy of It Takes One to Know One. As always, I love you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Cherie, don't log off yet. It is your girl Pusher. If you're not pushing forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. No, really say that thing out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. Have you gotten your copy of It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal and people pusher? No, then travel over to pusherlife.org, go to the author's page, and you will find It Takes One to Know One and People Pusher. Come tap in.